Hi guys, welcome to another week of gluten-free Friday flavors. Today I decided to get a little bit brave because it's not the cleanest, but I took you down into my cold storage to see what we store in there that's gluten-free. Anytime there's a natural disaster or just, I mean, anything. Like right now, we're cooped up with COVID-19. Things happen, and you want to have plenty of stuff on hand, as we know, toilet paper and all that. But gluten-free food, or if you have allergies to certain food, just to make sure that you have the necessary food items that you need. So I'm going to take you down there. It's not super organized. I do apologize, but hopefully it can give you ideas as to what you need in your food storage. Please like, subscribe, and share, and here you go. Oh, comment with anything else you would add, anything else you would take away. I'm always up for new ideas. Thanks. So this is a little scary because it's not perfectly organized. But we have tried, and my husband has been awesome. He's been a rock star at this because he's highly concerned of like natural disaster, and not like him and the kids being okay, but me, because he's like, I don't know what you can eat. And so I'll tell you about the rice, but it is so important when you have like a food allergy or gluten-free, anything like that, to make sure you have stuff on hand. I've mentioned before, we recently had an earthquake. So what I was saying is Utah had that big earthquake, and it was a good reminder. That's when I got my 72-hour kit ready to go. But then I also double checked the food storage and was just thinking about a few items to make sure to add, like my gluten-free flour, like get a big pack of that. Just a few more items, right, to have on hand. So again, I'd love to hear from you, any ideas you have, but hopefully this can help you out and just make you double check. It's always smart to have things on backup. You don't want to be rushing and stressing that things are going to run out at the store. And then one thing I did mention is that you want to be rotating to keep things up to date. All right, so hopefully it's not too shaky. I'm just trying to show you as I'm walking through it. Things that I have in my gluten-free cold storage. Not everything is gluten-free because my entire family doesn't eat gluten-free, but we try to think of the important things, staple things that I'll need. So I've got gluten-free chicken stock. You can see right there, it says gluten-free. And that's just helpful to have for like any types of soup. Popcorn, got a whole case of that from Costco. Whole case of, I've talked about these a lot, assorted fruit, right? Fruit snacks. Rice Krispie treats are a hit and miss. They're not technically gluten-free. I have never gotten sick, but they're not processed. So honestly, I'd probably skip that. My kids will eat them. You can do your pudding packs, gluten-free. And up here, we've got lots of these, not just for my girl, who loves them, but I've talked about these before. The APPLESAUCEs, gluten-free. Not gluten-free, it's for my family. Back in there, you can see some chips. We've got 2 different types of corn chips. Peanut butter for protein. You can see back there, honey. Goes well with peanut butter. I've talked about these before, but really good to have on hand. They are gluten-free, a big pack of protein bars, and they are also from Costco. Okay, down here we have 3 big bags, and then we've got a bunch of little small ones, but 3 like ginormous bags of rice, because rice is a staple that I can always do. So we keep in a lot of rice. I've mentioned before, so similar to my pantry, we try to keep potatoes on hand. Then we get to the canned goods. We've got fruits here, so I can do a bunch of pineapple slices. And we learned, we had all different sorts of fruits, and we were like never eating them at all. And it's because we didn't like some of the canned fruits. I loved pineapple slices, so we always have the pineapple slices. So that's one thing I'd encourage you to get, stuff that you will like work through so that you can replace it and whatnot, right? We try to switch it out every 6 months, at least to a year. So up here we've got, I've talked about this before, the PROGRESSO. There's different kinds that are gluten-free. So chicken and rice is definitely my favorite, and it's marked gluten-free. So you'll see on the sides This one, minestrone, is not gluten-free. That's for my husband. But right here, this other beef pot roast is gluten-free. Canned goods that I can eat, not the chicken soup, but we get a big flat of black beans because that is also something that I love and that will give you that protein when you need it. Okay, something else down here in the cold storage. A bunch of corn, a bunch of tuna fish, and I'm going to go up to the next level 1 second so it's not all jumpy. A few random things in here. You can see this is the freeze-dried spinach, high chew candy, and back in here we've got like sugar and such. This is regular flour for my husband, and to be honest, I need to get gluten-free flour, not just in my pantry, but down here in my cold storage. Yes, I got a big pack of nuts back here, gluten-free, and some salsa that we've bottled, that my mom bottled, that is also gluten-free. And don't forget that big bag of CRAISINS, and behind that is a big bag of potato chips. So a look into the gluten-free pantry, or sorry, gluten-free cold storage. Thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you next week with Gluten-Free Friday flavors. As always, like, subscribe, and share. I'm always trying to think of recipes I can share, or food ideas, or any other way to make gluten-free living a little bit easier. So comment below with any more ideas that you might have, and we'll see you next Friday. Bye.